headed for Londinian of all places. I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for? I haven't been to Londinian in many years. Why? Is there some way I could be of assistance? Were you able to recover what you were looking for? Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that? That's quite the claim, Captain. I hate to think what would happen if such a patently untrue statement reached the ears of the cabinet. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us. You know, you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing. All in due time. First, I want to see if you're truly as astute as you appear. So why would someone like me go through all this trouble? You can be more right. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once: halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential. Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. So I did what was required. I removed the dangerous variable from an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You. goes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orleans reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday. You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. And let's not forget the importance of our act, eliminating the terramorphs, securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. I've already sent along the evidence of Orleans' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was, after all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. Hunting down criminals and other threats. I expect they'll give me a bit more. You would help me, like you did with Orleans. Impossible, though, if the Cabinet learned. Well, I do hope you'll keep the larger perspective in mind, Captain.
Perfect timing. We just got in.
So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Asylees are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the Cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant? I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him. Well, once we inform the Cabinet, they can ensure he... I'm sure he did. But he killed dozens of people, and I'm not about to let him... So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what... Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the Cabinet... It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the Cabinet aren't butchers. But killing UC citizens, along with everything else. But if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient.
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again,
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant. And then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to...
you're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. And here we go.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vavictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately. It's well past due. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the Cabinet to... As such, the Cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be...
A sound decision, Madam President.
Well, luckily the natural hostility of Londinian makes keeping out trespassers relatively easy. But we'll ensure its growth is contained, that access to the plant is only permitted via highly... We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain.
And once Vivictus has been dealt with, this problem can end here.
And allow us to focus on the grander task. Very well. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, the Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step...
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the Captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your... Please.
I can feel this one. While intimidating creatures, certainly, Aseles are docile unless provoked. They're honestly closer to oversized mobile scanners than deadly predators. The concern is that, while all proposed methods will be long-term efforts, the Aseles are the slowest. Slow to breed, slow to deploy. We do everything we could to accelerate that process, including mustering some of our mothballed cloning technologies. But if we do elect to use this method, we'll be doing things at the pace of a megafauna, which is not an expedient one. Infinitesimally low.
But not zero.
The chance of a starship landing on you as you sit here isn't zero, yet you still attended. Personally, my fear isn't mutation, but Terramorphs developing a resistance. But that's something our group can continue, as I believe we should.
This won't work without them.
Exactly right, ma'am. The Interstellar Affairs Office has already begun reaching out to worlds throughout the settled system, informing them of the risks we're all facing, and that the UC has a plan. Thus far, the response has been... fear of sudden attacks has proven a strong motive. And we expect to encounter some intransigence, but our office has plenty of carrots and sticks to ensure the program.
The responsibilities will be spread across multiple branches. Research and day-to-day administration, all diplomatic concerns and coordination, but most of the actual on-the-ground work. Very well. Then...
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The science division is in full agreement.
And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the Captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to... Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1...
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is...
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
And as a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you, Captain, will have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with... On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, this meeting is adjourned.
The UC military's lucky to have you.
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain. No need to thank me. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks, and the credits should be in your account. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate. But with all that squared, there are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terror. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any of those missions called to you. Suppose that's true. Just getting those coordinates to you now. Those vessels are about to learn what it means to get on the UC's bad side. Or did you not? Sounds like we're clearing out a snake nest this time. Maroon zealots. Be ready for a real scrap.
Informed us of your new status. Congratulations. Stay safe.
Well, well, I've got to say. No need to thank me. I've already gone ahead and the credits. But to get into your... Higher-ups wanted to make sure you... But with all that, there are your standard... Or you could help the team. Oh, and I got a Any of those missions call to you? Suppose that... Ah, here we go.
Of marks to go around. It's a good time to be a pirate.
The fleet looks after its own, mostly. Might need to hit the key soon for a resupply. Always looking for the next target.
Good to see ya. Stay safe, buddy.
Only have a few credits left. Wonder how I should spend them.
Nice. The Astro Lounge got you down.
Look, I ain't gonna stand around here all day, right? Want the stuff or not? I'm still interested.
You looking to get zoned?
What? You think this stuff falls from the sky?
Yeah. Well, if I had a credit for every time I heard that line, I wouldn't be stuck working in... So, I'm guessing you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. Are you serious? You're just gonna completely blow me off like that? I spent the last 3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts, and the whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech. All right, I get the point. Let's just get this over with. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so you want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly. I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city. Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, while you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. That's because you're planning it for me as a... Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the... Let's just say that information can be just as lucrative as selling Aurora and keep it in. But don't worry, I promised Delgado that when it came to the conduction grid... Oh no. Are you scared, little rabbit? Well, don't worry. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security. The catch is that Komiko's having a little fling with Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth. Watch your step. Benjamin Bayou has eyes everywhere.
I wasn't doing anything.
Whoa. Bad part of town. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza. Hey, it's your ass, not mine on the line. Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings. Kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Sure. So, for being so helpful, what with the disciples and all?
Clover over at Keltcom. She's too good for Neon. Sounds like she's trying to help someone or something. Honestly, I kind of tuned her out.
Yeah, what? Is this important? Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here... Well, like I said, it's shut down. Had to cut you. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly. I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my... The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't... At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that... No, of course not. We still produce smaller power systems and backup generators. Genodyne needs to come out with something spectacular to put us back on. You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayou, Administrator Bayou's brother, is currently heading up the arm. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems. None whatsoever. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayou. What do you think I should do? You know what? You're absolutely right. I can't allow... Hey, look, thanks for help. If there's anything else you need... As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble. Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I hope I can trust... No, I can't. This isn't getting us anywhere. Look, I don't know why you're pushing me to talk about Miss Komiko's private affair. She's my boss. She's fine. She might be a bit tough on all of us, but I've only been working here for a few years. Well, the big... Sure. The span above the city is outfitted with a specially developed When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is The energy is then transferred through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectors. At this point, the energy is clean, and it gets stored in massive storage cells. It was great speaking with you.
What? I'm working here.
Cause any trouble and I'll drag you straight to lockup.
Schedule an appointment.
If you know what's good for you! Neon Security, you're under... You know, after conducting a thorough search, I'm surprised I didn't find any contraband. So you're telling me I have to take my... You did
mercenaries, the factions use them sometimes. Free stock collective.
I'll be happy to answer any questions about the... as long as it doesn't... Hope to see you again soon.
Don't you have something better to do?
Thief! Neon security, stand down,
Neon
be neutral.
security! Drop your weapons!
Keep it moving.
Haven't met our CEO, Mr. Arata. Me either. He's never around.
Can't talk, I've got a deadline coming up.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
Are you supposed to be here? Are you gonna let me work, or are you gonna keep bothering me?
ATMs are spread throughout.
You're lost.
Okay, let's settle this once and for all.
Welcome. I can offer you a drink, or perhaps you're here seeking access to our members' lounge, where you can enjoy your Aurora experience in peace.
Nice, but little city, that will get you hammered.
No, no, you people should leave her alone. What do you want?
By the third Chimera, you're floating on frickin' Cloud 9.
Yeah, sure. Tell me, you debt collector's a low-life asshole.
Right.
Now get out of my club before I get...
a drink like that anyway.
Well, let's face it, some people
The Crimson Fleet? Oh my, I'm sorry. Sorry, Ayumi owes a lot of money around town. I'm trying... If you want to talk to her, of course, access to the lounge is going to cost you. Excellent. Then please let us know of anything in the lounge. You're always welcome here.
You good?
Nothing beats getting zoned in the members' lounge.
If you wish to relax with some Aurora, I have plenty available. Hello there. I'll be happy to provide whatever. Can I get you anything? Please, let me know if you'd like any Aurora.
Back off.
You try anything, you're dead.
Yeah. What do you want? Before you continue, if you're having a problem with your power or complain about your... anything else? You must be zoned out of your mind, because... The Crimson Fleet, huh? So tell me, what does Delgado... No. You don't just want... If Delgado wants in, and I'm going to put my... So, let me... You want me to sneak you into Generdyne so you can steal the... If you expect me to take a risk like that... Do you have any idea what Benjamin Bayou would do to me if I'm going to let you into Generdyne? I need a backup. Yes, you do. Short of taking it off my dead body, which would never happen thanks to my Syoga buddy. You've got yourself a deal. Here, take this pass. It should get... I'm warning you though. Once you're inside, you're trapped. Good luck.
Okay. Hello? I like coming here. It lets me forget everything else for a bit.
If I have to eat fish.
results, Project